Housekeeping still remains the most important business of the world. It engages the hearts and minds of more people and calls for higher qualities than any other occupation. Each woman faces it single-handed. Single-handed, single-handed, single.
I'm very comfortable with my sexuality or bisexuality. I've never viewed it as something odd or negative or positive. It's just been a part of me since I was pretty young. I haven't been treated differently, but I remember when I was little, I was probably 8, maybe a little younger than that, when I came to the realization that I also liked girls. I was mortified. I was completely, because I grew up in a household that was very accepting of all people. Still, when you're little, you're not taught about how it's okay to feel a certain way about anybody. And I was really scared because I thought that I was a freak. And I don't remember when I became okay with it, but it wasn't outside forces making me feel bad about it, but I guess indirectly it was, like society. I don't know. But I remember being mortified.
But Jan, you don't have any friends.
Jan, what are you doing?
Go back to sleep, Cindy.
Jan, don't. Marcy's hair is so beautiful.
Exactly. That's why I'm going to get a lot of money when I sell it.
The reason for this great difference in price is the cost of transporting the food from a warm climate where it can be grown in winter to the market, which may be several hundred miles distant.
I get made fun of jokingly by my friends and stuff for like being a lesbian or something like that, but I don't know, I don't feel like I get treated differently in a bad way. I feel my biggest issue, not issue, but the way that I feel about what you basically just said in the project is that people like me or that look like me or act like me aren't portrayed as commonplace like we were talking about earlier. They're not, here's this person that looks and acts this way, but they can be a main character just like somebody who looks, someone who has like long brown hair and wears like plain clothing and doesn't have any piercings. There's no reason that just because I have all these things going on, I can't be viewed as, or people that look like me can't just be treated like a normal protagonist. It has to be this token thing. Yeah, that's the character trait that the focus of their character is based around, the fact their sexual orientation is the focus of their character trait, which seems weird to me in a society that's so progressive, or at least I'd like to believe that we are. We can't just view it as part of who they are, not who they are.
But sometimes there are dangers involved that never meet the eye. Jimmy played baseball all afternoon, and he didn't feel like walking home, so he decided to thumb a ride. He'd done it 100 times before, and he didn't think anything was unusual when the driver struck up a friendly conversation. The stranger was a good listener, too, and it only seemed minutes before they pulled up in front of Jimmy's house. When Jimmy got out, the stranger gave him a friendly pat. Then he told him he'd see him again.
Maybe, I feel like what younger adolescent girls see really affects them.
Do you remember when you told me that I might have such strong feelings about a boy that it might be hard for me to decide what's right to do?
She must know how to cook.
Yes, I remember, but why?
Because you see in magazines and like in the media all these girls that are really, really skinny and all fit this very specific body type, and you're just teaching little girls that that's what they should look like, and I do think that people of that age copy it.
No food.
Well, it was something like that tonight with Jeff.
She must know how to set her table.
You know, I like him an awful lot, and we have such fun at dances.
Maybe adults do too, and we just don't. It's more subconscious, but I think that it's a big problem in a lot of ways. As much as I don't like being preachy in that sense, but I do think that different kinds of women should be more widely represented. Like alternative, I'm a big fan of alternative beauty, and I feel like it's not well represented in the mainstream media, and I hope that one day it will be.
Attractively. She must know clothes, how to buy, and how to make them.
What about parents? How do your parents react?
My dad loves me. At first they think, you know, is it something I've done? Is it anything, you know, have I raised you wrong? Have I done something against you or anything like that, you know? And you say no, it's just, you know, you've got to prove what you feel.
Oh my God, didn't he tell you?
Tell me what?
Punk rock is over.
She must face death to bring children into the world. She must raise them, care for them, and pilot them safely to the threshold of manhood and womanhood.
So, it makes sense. I mean, it's kind of striking to have pink hair and your nose pierced, but that's not my personality. It's just the way that I like to present myself based on what I find aesthetically pleasing. And film it'd be cool if film were more, I don't know, if it displayed that a little better, I guess. Because when you have a protagonist that looks like this, it's not, I don't know how to eloquently word this, but like, it's definitely one of the main focuses, that they look like this for a reason, because their personality is a certain way. But like, you know me really well, and I'm not that weird or different or anything, or violent or whatever that might entail. So.
But payments were expected in return. You see, Jimmy hadn't recognized Ralph's approach soon enough. When Ralph first asked Jimmy to go fishing alone, he should have discussed it with his parents or teacher.